Welcome, you guys. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. It's already Monday again, and today we are going to be talking all about Thumbtack. Is this platform legit or what? You know, sometimes platforms, they kind of like, they go really, really well for a while, and then sometimes they kind of slow down. But when I heard that Amy was getting students on this platform, it was really working well for her, I thought, you know what? Other tutors need to be hearing what Thumbtack is doing. So is Thumbtack legit? You betcha it is. But before we get to that, you guys, I just want to let you know who I am. My name's Joanne Kaminski, and I help great tutors just like you learn how to market your tutoring services so that you can get students from all over the world who are excited to work with you and pay you what you're worth, making you a highly successful tutor earning 4 to 5 figures a month. And this month, October, we are focusing on something really, really special. We have we're going to be building a school, you guys. So if you didn't hear the announcement last week, that's what we are going to be doing as a community. Every single person, and you don't even have to like put your own money into this, you guys. Like you help me put my money into it, okay? If you invite somebody to join us in the Ultimate Support Group, and they get accepted, I'm going to donate $1 of my own money. Hit subscribe on this channel, and I am going to donate $1 of my money. Now, you can't unsubscribe and subscribe because it's based off of total numbers, so your number wouldn't count that way. But I already know some of you are thinking that way. Anyway, I am so excited, to support you guys. And if you've ever felt called to want to be able to help kids in a bigger way, feel free. I'm going to give you guys a link. I'm going to share my screen to show you guys our specific page that we have. We are the professional freelance educators. Woo woo! And we are all helping to break that cycle of poverty, illiteracy, and low expectations. So far, we have raised $333, you guys, which is absolutely incredible. We are in 6th place for teams right now. So let's up that. If you feel like this channel has ever benefited you or helped you out, then please definitely consider donating and being part of this specific goal that we have. I'm going to grab this link and put it inside of the feed so that if you want to donate specifically to our group, you can. And you can also share information. Just post on your profile or anywhere that people, see your stuff that, we exist, right? People can't join us if they don't know we exist. So it's the Ultimate Support Group on Facebook. Definitely come and join us if you are not a member. But today I have Amy Bujarski here, you guys. And Amy has been using, for the last year and a half, she's been using Thumbtack. Now, she put all those basic pieces in place. She's got like a Facebook profile, business page. She's got a website, but most of her leads are coming from Thumbtack in and of themselves. So Amy, tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you tutor.
Okay. You have so much energy in the morning. I am in Colorado, and I've kind of honed it down to basic math up through Algebra 1, which you've really helped me, zone in on your specialty. I think that's helped too, actually, Joanne. Let's see. What else did you ask? So Colorado, that's what I do.
Awesome. And so when you first started using Thumbtack, what was your thought process? Because you do have to pay like per lead that you get. What was your thought process as you started putting money into it?
I'm trying to remember, Joanne, because it's been a year and a half, but it takes time. So I wanted to encourage everybody about that. And I remember at first thinking, is this even going to work? Why am I doing this?
Right.
And it did take a while. And also they've upped how much they charge on leads, which I know kind of irritated us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll talk about that later, kind of the amount of money you end up making and really good quality leads too.
Yeah.
I just decided, to me, it's worth it.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of us are excited in the beginning to do something like Facebook ads, Google ads. We're like, oh, I'll just put a Facebook ad out there and I'll get students.
Yeah.
But you guys, seriously, what you don't know is you don't know how to market. Like you don't know how, like if you're just getting started, you literally do not know how to market your services. And so you are just like throwing your money at Facebook and at Google without being educated. And it's not like it's hard to set up an ad. Like anybody can set up an ad, guys. The part is there are different things that compel people to want to click it and be able to then move forward with your next step. So some tutors, they don't even have a clear call to action next, right? And if you don't have a clear call to action, people don't know what step you want them to take. Do you want them to come to a free consultation? Do you want them, what do you want them to do next? People aren't clear on that. And then colors actually, if you play with different colors will motivate people to want to click. The images you use will motivate people to click. So a lot of us don't have that kind of knowledge when we go into paying for, something like that. And so you'll watch hundreds, if not thousands of dollars fly by out of your bank account without getting the amount of return that you would like. With, like Amy said, there is an increase in price with Thumbtack. You said it costs about what, $13 a lead now?
Yeah, I was really surprised because it used to be about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So they doubled or tripled.
But they're quality leads. And
it's quality.
So I think that's what matters. Now, do every single one of your clients turn into students? Like every lead turn into a student?
For sure not.
For sure not. And so that's another thing to take into consideration.
Plan on that. Yeah. Yeah, kind of irritated. Like, don't they know I just spent $13 on you just to ask me a question,
Right.
You kind of have to see the big picture because then some of them will. And, as you and I were talking, charge 50, I'm 55 and now I'm up to 60 and I'm still getting leads.
Yeah.
So, I mean, $50 is like $200 a month for one kid. And that's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you were to spend, $200, let's say on leads of like prospects, people that are interested in doing your tutoring services, but that $200 turns into $2,000 because you're able to keep them for a year, $2,400 if you're at the 60. That's, I don't know, that seems like a pretty good deal to me. And if you don't have some good quality leads already, you don't have the pieces in place, it's worth it to get started and be able to get some of those beginning testimonials. Now, were you able to get some testimonials on your Thumbtack profile?
Yeah. Did you want me to share all that?
That'd be great. Yeah. So you guys, Amy is going to share the backside of her stuff here.
I know.
Awesome stuff. I love it. And I just want to say thank you so much. I know how nervous you were to come on and share this information, but it's so powerful for tutors to be able to see this. And thank you for doing it.
Yes, it's not my natural thing to do this, but I really wanted to help everybody because this is legitimate. And even if you're not getting started, I mean, it's a kind of a continual thing. I'm still working on my website. I'm still working on Facebook. Everything you've taught us just helped even more. But, okay, so what do we look at here? I have 14 reviews.
Nice.
So 5-star reviews. And they have a way on here where you can share your like contact information or whatever, make it easy for them to leave a review. So I work hard on that. They don't all have to be Thumbtack people, so you can contact your old students and ask for reviews.
Nice.
But I think it's like more weighty on Thumbtack if they're Thumbtack people, if that makes sense. It's like you can have a certain amount that aren't Thumbtack customers and then the rest need to be or something. I'm not exactly sure. So yes, I've worked really hard on this. So some people that haven't, gotten anything, I mean, it's just like anything. It's how much work you put into it. Let's see what else. So here's my introduction. And I kind of like mess around with this a lot and see what works.
Yes.
Then not the way the teacher explains it. I had well, see, this is how it all goes together. So like from your class and things, I made a really cute ad about how this kid's frustrated because it's not, the parent is explaining it a different way than the school is, right?
Right.
So parents really, really responded to that ad. So I threw it on Thumbtack. Like anything
Nice.
that works, I put it on Thumbtack.
I love it. And I love the introduction. It doesn't have to be all about you. It really kind of here, this is really about, it's all about the student. And this is where our marketing goes wrong as tutors a lot of times is we're like, so like, here's my little basic little resume here. I've taught for this many years, or I've tutored for this many years. I went to this college. I'm certified. I'm credentialed, right? But here you're speaking to your ideal client in your introduction. I love it. Yes.
Yeah, we're not just saying how great we are at all.
Exactly. And I like how you use the capital letters there.
Yeah.
Because it actually makes it break it up, because it doesn't look like they have the ability to have like paragraphs in there, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. That's a good question. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. So that's another thing to think about, because when people are reading things online, you need to do different things to make the text stand out. And you've done that. Well done.
I'm trying to see what else they'd want to see just from this page. Your website goes on here.
Which is awesome, because people then can go to your website and check you out, right? And so they have that ability then to, if you don't have like an online presence, people start to get worried about you if you're an online tutor. So the fact that you do have your website there, fantastic. I love it.
I put tons of time into, okay, there's background. They have you do a background check, which is easy and fine.
Yeah.
Here's all the photos and videos I added.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
I loaded it up. And again, ones that did well, I threw on here.
Uh-huh.
And I finally made a video. I'm holding my chicken.
Yay. I love it.
So I just loaded this up. Let's see. You don't have to look at them all, but it's just time that you put in here, you know?
Exactly.
It asked if you're offering discounts. That never really helped me. So I just stopped offering discounts.
Yeah, it really hasn't helped anybody in any area of tutoring, because then the people want the tutoring at that discounted price forever and ever. So they'll stop tutoring if you're not charging that price anymore, because the discount was what lured them in, but they don't stay. Yeah.
Or they're just not serious about once it goes back to the normal price. They don't want that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you're saying. And then see, like you're saying, they want to know you're for real. So here's social media. I put Facebook, and then this year I added Instagram too. So I think that helped me a lot.
I love it. I love that they have that ability to like really learn about you as well. There's so many, just the way that they are formatting the information you give, really helps you to stand out with that introduction, with the ability to add photos and the ability to use video. Guys, you could crush it with video inside of here, because I bet you there's not a lot of people who use video.
Yep. Then I wanted to let everyone know, see where it says, are you offering remote services? So yes, for sure, right? We're online, so we want to click that.
Mm-hmm. You're not trying to deceive people. You're not trying to trick them.
Yeah. And that's what we want. We want them from all over the country. So that'll help that happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And then you get to share the payment methods that you specifically have.
Oh yeah, that's one. Uh-huh. Yep.
Your reviews are there. And then is that the rest of it is all your reviews that you have? Oh, and frequently asked questions.
Oh, see, this is so cool. And some of these are not good. Like, okay, they're old. Like, I need to fix it. But,
sure.
Anyway, yeah, but that's cool, right? So they ask all these things. I don't know. Joanne, a lot of people looking for tutors for some reason are using Thumbtack. I don't know why that exploded, but it is.
Yeah. And I think this is great. So take the time to fill this out, and everything that you guys do when you take a look at this, you're going to want to think about it. Answer the question from the point of view of the client versus yourself. So what's your typical process for working with a new customer? What do you do? What education or training do you have that relates to your work? Anything that you have, you can put inside of there. How did you get started doing this type of work? Here you could put in a story, you guys, of how you decided to become a tutor, right? And you can put it in story format. Is there, for each of the answers to the questions, is there a limit of how many words you can use?
Ooh, that's good. I don't know actually.
Okay. So that's for you guys to find out as you start
Yeah, they
typing.
can
It'll tell
find
you
out.
if there's a limit or not and how many you can use, but take your time to really answer those questions as detailed as you possibly can. So people do have that opportunity to get to know you. And notice, did you guys notice Amy wasn't afraid to put her picture on those images that she had?
Yeah, you guys taught me that. I mean, everything all comes together. So like even my
Yeah.
picture changed.
Yep.
I wanted to show them how you find leads, but they're not always on here. So, but you just go up here to leads. Oops. Let's see. This is
Yeah,
leads.
you didn't make any changes, so you can leave.
Oh yeah, thanks. Okay, so direct leads are ones. I actually do have one, but I already messaged her, so it's not going to
Sure.
show.
But if you have any leads, that's where they come on up.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
shoot, yeah. So opportunities. I was hoping there'd be one on here. I check these like all day long, the opportunity ones. And it'll have different jobs on there. And then my kind of secret plan that I'll share with everybody is like if they're from back east, I always apply to the leads. Even if I don't get them, it'll say, oh, you haven't targeted in North Carolina, the city in North Carolina before. Do you want to add that to your targeting area? And I always say yes.
So that's beautiful, you guys, because I know
Show you.
there's a lot of people. I have a good friend who is in California right now, and she wants to specifically target the East Coast so that she can work with kids at an earlier time because her daughter comes home at a certain time. And so this is great when you're starting to think about how do I get clients from other places in the world. Look at it from that point of view. Like, how can I get a client from the time zone that I want here? Now, is Thumbtack only for the United States?
I know people have asked me that. Okay. So, we have our friend Twinkle from our group. She tried to join from India and couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else said that too. I don't know. That's another thing we need to research. So.
Yeah, and I think, we got to play by the rules of the platform. It's not like I'm going to try to go onto like a UK platform and give a UK address when I'm not really in the UK, right? Like, if they're looking for local people, then that's fine. I just won't play on that platform. I just won't use it. I won't put it in my resource of tools that I'm going to be using, right? And so what's cool about this is Amy was able to start seeing, okay, this tool is working for me. Now, my suggestion is that you guys keep like a spreadsheet. What are all the different ways that you are getting clients, right? And if all of a sudden you just see Thumbtack, 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 oh, Google My Business, Thumbtack, Thumbtack, Google My Business, then those are going to be where you need to spend most of your time so that you can get the amount of students that you want. Now, we had somebody who asked a question, does Thumbtack have a calendar?
I don't, yeah, you know what? Honestly, I don't even know what I have on here. I need to update it. I left everything open.
Oh, okay.
But you can block things. Oh, that's a whole other thing, Joanne. I don't know how much you want to get into it, but when you do your profile and like what you're targeting,
mm-hmm.
you can do your times on this calendar, but you also are going to do like what subjects math. Okay. And then I could show you that because I think this is actually the biggest part of it is choosing what you're going to target. And then that's when you pay for those leads. So if there's a match for exactly what you're targeting,
mm-hmm.
Now I have to find where.
And this is where it's really helpful for you guys to know what it is that you're targeting, right? So this isn't about like putting in, I tutor math and Spanish and English and reading and all of these different things because you're going to get so many people that aren't going to be a good fit for you. So the more specific you are, the better.
Yeah, that helps. And sorry, maybe you can see if there's any more questions while I try to find the place where you put like your subjects and stuff. Maybe it's up here.
Oh, that's so good to know. So Terry Grigsby shared that Thumbtack is in other countries, but you need to live in that country. Thank you for researching that, Terry. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes. And the calendar, it doesn't look like Maria asked the question of, does Thumbtack's calendar merge with Calendly? I'm going to guess not. I don't think that it merges with anything. It's just you letting them know, like, what are your business hours, so that when people are looking at your profile, they can see, does she work the time that I am looking to book somebody? So again, it just adds more clarity when somebody is going to choose you to connect with. It just adds more clarity that when you're available.
Yeah. I'm trying to find where I even put all my stuff. Oh, it must be, no, that I called myself Amy the Math Tutor. That's new. So make it very, very clear what you do.
Yes. No, I think that's really great. You've really taken a lot of the marketing information that we've shared and applied it to this platform.
Yep. I mean, it all like went to, services. Oh my gosh. You kind of go brain dead when you're doing this. Okay. Here's what I do. Math tutoring. So up here where it says add service, that's where they would do that. Like whatever, English.
Sure.
Do they want to see all the different options? I don't want to accidentally add a service though.
No, definitely don't add any services that you're not doing. And it looks like you just would search to see like what service are you adding, and you just type on in there, let's say science or math or any of those kinds of things, and then you can just add that onto it. But you've got right now the math tutoring and the test prep. And then it shares with you, it looks like how much you've spent each week.
Here you go.
That's awesome. And then,
targeting on.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're going to pay, but you'll get all these good leads. Oh, and here's your travel areas. This is what they want to know. Okay.
Sure.
So it says within 50 miles of my own zip code, but then it also says all locations.
Sure.
Okay.
So you then get people from all over the country okay, because you put all locations, because it's remote, all over the country now is starting to show up, not just within 50 miles of you.
Exactly. And I keep targeting specific cities that seem to help me.
Mm-hmm.
So when jobs, they just got to play around with it. But when jobs pop up that they also want to apply for, so one that nobody chose them, you can also look at ones that are available, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I find all the back east ones, and I always say I'm interested, and I give a little spiel, hi, I'd love to help your child with algebra. It seems like everybody's struggling with algebra right now. Here's some fun things I do, blah, blah, blah. And then send it. And then, like I said earlier, it'll say, oh, you're not targeting yet from North Carolina. Would you like to add that to your targeting preferences? And I always say yes.
Uh-huh.
And then I think somehow that just adds to more direct leads from back east.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome, because now you're targeting those people in the zip codes and the areas you want, and who knows. So you got the ages that you work with. Great.
Yeah. At first I didn't go all the way to like 26 to 44, but just for me, I'm getting college, like adult people that are going back to college for algebra, and I realized I could get morning jobs for that. So I added that. But
again, that's knowing your ideal client.
Yeah, doing your favorite ones. It's not worth it to not have your favorite ones.
Right.
And then that's what, there it is. And then these are all the math ones I do.
Great.
So all those smart high math people, they could be doing all those right there.
Yep.
But mine are like basics.
Oh, you're smart as well, my friend. You're smart as well.
Well, I figured out Thumbtack at least. So if anybody has any questions, they can always message me. But does anybody else have any questions on there? And then here's where messages show up. So I like this too, because if you forget, like, oh shoot, I went from 55 to 60, how much am I charging that person again? You know how that,
sure,
it just stays on there. So look,
that's
at like
great.
This person, 55 an hour.
Yep.
And you can do anything on there. They can send you pictures on this like texting platform, and things like that. But these are all, I mean, like this person I had a year ago, and these are all ones that have hired me right now. This one they're still asking me questions. So we're just kind of texting each other back and forth.
Sure. Sure. And you don't have to keep paying when you're responding. You just pay the one time.
One time per lead.
Yep. And I think that's important to know, because you don't want people freaking on out.
Oh, I know some people on our Facebook, they were freaking about that.
Do you have the notification set up on your phone so when somebody like reaches out to you, you have access to that
Yeah.
information right away?
It can kind of like it has like a double whatever beep or something. I'm like, oh, that's a Thumbtack message. Cool.
Uh-huh. And so you guys want to make sure that you turn that notification on your phone, because the quicker that you get back to people in this business, the quicker they're going to want to work with you. If you like just wait on a lead for like 2, 3 days, 4 days, somebody else is on top of it and already messaging with them.
They count how long you responded, and they'll say you responded in 14 minutes. That's the top 5% of tutors on here or something.
Yeah. So getting back to people as fast as possible is absolutely, I think, one of the critical pieces that I learned as I was learning from Terry about how she was utilizing it with her business.
Yeah.
And can you turn off and turn on Thumbtack when you want to? Like, let's say that you don't want to take any more students on. Can you turn it off?
Yes, you can. I'm afraid to get out of this page because I keep getting lost. But okay, so there's a place where you can choose how much you want to spend per week. Okay, and then there's a place where you can say temporarily suspend your budget for this week. Mm-hmm. And then they might say, why? I'm getting too many leads for now, or I don't have time on my calendar or something. So you don't have to keep spending money forever. I'm almost full, so I pretty much should do that pretty soon, because now I'm going to keep spending money and saying, oh, I don't have that time slot. I can't do that.
Right. Right. That's fantastic. No, those are really great things to know. I think as we all start taking a look at what strategies are we going to utilize and which ones are we going to do. And I just want to say thank you for sharing how you've been able to implement the things that you have learned, to see how you've grown as a tutor and in developing your voice for your marketing message with your people actually is very exciting for me, because I love to see you guys succeed with your business and be able to use the right words and not feel like you have to copy other people, but you really understand like what your ideal client is struggling with and be able to share that experience, with the people so that you can stand out as somebody different, right? It's not like they're just looking at, just a different face or any of that. And the fact that you added your face, so many people think, oh, I'm just going to put like my business logo there or something like that. And guess what, you guys, like a business logo is not going to get you the same kind of traction. People like to do business with people. And so especially in this business, the parents like to choose who their tutor is going to be. So, Amy ended up getting, a much more professional kind of picture taken versus just a headshot, right? And it makes a difference. So congratulations. And I am so excited for the success that you are having. It really makes my heart happy when this happens, you guys. So thanks, you guys, for joining us today. On Thursday, you guys are going to get to hear all about some people who are using blogging to be able to get clients and their blogging journey. Now, blogging is a long-term strategy. It's not like one of these, like, let's put our information in there. Let's, contact a lead and let's get a student, right? This is just a long-term strategy. It allows people to get to know you, know that you're serious, and allows people to start sharing the word about you and what it is that you do. So you're going to get to hear from those people and how they use blogging in their tutoring business. So definitely come join us for that. And remember, invite people to join us in the Ultimate Support Group for Online Tutors. Every new tutor in our community from October 1st to the 31st counts as $1 that I'll be donating to our mission of creating a school in Guatemala. Thanks, you guys, for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your